I am Noriko Bullford, and this is good news. Lowenfield threw another curveball into the elections process. On Friday, he failed to submit his elections report as directed by the chairman, using certified figures of the national vote recount. He has since asked the chair to provide further guidance as to whether she wants a report premised on Section 18 of the election laws or on Article 177(2)(b) of the Constitution. Lowenfield was instructed to submit his report by 2 p.m. Friday, but has since chosen to respond to the chairman, Justice Claudette Singh, instead. As of news time, the commissioners were discussing a way forward, but seeing as it's Friday, and they just argue far too long, you'll have to tune in Monday for an update to this story. 142 Guyanese returned on Thursday from Toronto, Canada. Despite still being officially closed to international traffic, the government has approved the controlled re-entry of nearly 1,500 Guyanese. 2 additional flights from the US are scheduled to arrive next week. Students in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Cuba, are expected to return home as well. And of course, it wouldn't be another week in Guyana without another drug bust. And no, this time it's not per piece. Ha ha! On Sunday, a police roadblock in Berewagton on the east coast of Demerara uncovered over 1.5 kilograms of suspected cannabis in the trunk of a car. The driver was slated to appear in court today. And on Thursday, a roadblock exercise at the Kurupakari outpost uncovered over 10 kilograms of the sticky icky green stuff in a lorry. The driver and one other individual is currently in police custody. You don't know it yet, but GPS tracking for your vehicle is essential. Don't be like them hard-ears Pickney that just does not hear. Get your GPS tracker installed at Triple B's Enterprise. Call them on telephone number 682-8326. Don't hesitate, call them now. On Thursday, Republic Bank donated 8 portable ventilators to the Ministry of Public Health to aid in the ministry's fight against the Rona. But, not to be outdone, DDL donated 4,000 cases of juice to the CDC, and they're planning to donate an additional 30,000 cases of Topco juice to the Ministry of Public Health and to the National Commission on Disability. The fire service has confirmed that the inferno that destroyed the NT&S furniture store on June 26 was purposely set. Fire Chief Marlon Gentle, during a telephone interview with iNews on Thursday, stated that based on investigations, the fire is now being treated as an arson. And you know what's an issue you probably never knew existed in Georgetown? Pile driving. Yesterday, the Georgetown City Council announced that it is currently formulating a pile driving policy. Apparently, city residents have complained for years that shockwaves created by driving piles into the ground in the central business district has caused damage to their properties. The policy will seek to address the time in which they can be transported through town and the manner in which the piles can be installed. It is hoped that the soon-coming regulations will bring some relief to the aggrieved citizens of Georgetown. Thinking of becoming a transportation specialist? BM Soat can help. Get this 2007 Mitsubishi Canter for just $2.9 million. Check them out at Lot 9 Crow Street, Georgetown, or call them on telephone number 231-8451. BM Soat Auto Sales. It's your turn to drive people's cargo around town and make an honest and decent living. Ha yes. Police in the American city of Schenectady are now prohibited from placing their knee on a suspect's head as a control hold, and the department will boost de-escalation training. This announcement comes days after the controversial arrest of Guyanese-born Yugeshwar Ganter Prasad, whose violent arrest sparked protest across the city. However, this is just one of several reforms that will be implemented in hopes of improving community policing. The measures take effect immediately. The arrest in question took place on Monday after a neighbor accused Ganda Prasad of slashing his tires. Footage reveals Ganda Prasad ran after the officer attempted to take him into custody, but upon subduing him, the officer punched him 6 times in the torso while holding his knee to his neck area before 2 officers arrived and handcuffed him. Officer Palmer has been temporarily assigned to desk duty, and the official said the internal investigation could be concluded before Monday. And over in Trinidad, apparently, Kamala said she doesn't want any stupidness in next month's election over there. In fact, Prasad Biswa's party, the United National Congress, asserted in its request for international observers, quote, "Several international observers were invited to monitor Guyana's 2020 elections, including CARICOM, OAS, EU, and the Carter Center. It is to the credit of these observer groups that an independent position on the 2nd of March 2020 elections has been placed in the public domain. It is highly likely that without these international observers, Guyana's election process may be viewed as even further compromised." End quote. She has since written to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, urging him to invite the international elections observer teams. Their elections commences on August 10th, 2020. Now for our weird news story of the day. The reigning 200-meter world champion thought he had beaten the great Usain Bolt when he set a new world record for the distance at the Inspiration Games on Thursday evening, only to find out he had run just 185 meters due to a blunder by organizers. 22-year-old American sprinter Noah Lyles posted a time of 18.9 seconds in Zurich, Switzerland, which would have beaten Bolt's 19.19 seconds set in 2009. But when it was all said and done, it turns out the race organizers were, DPS. They had placed Lyles in the wrong lane before the firing gun. Lyles tweeted his frustration at the error, saying, quote, "You can't be playing with my emotions like this, got me in the wrong lane," end quote. The socially distanced Inspiration Games involved 28 athletes split into 3 teams taking part in 8 events in 7 different venues. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody just lost their job for that one. And Bolt should have no fear, his record is still safe. You there, regular boy or girl, don't you think it's time to make your own money and stop beg? Cellular Plus is offering a unique business opportunity for you to sell Digicel Top-Up. The commission is decent, and selling credit is a great way to get customers into your shop to see what else you have to offer. Call them today on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll. Every day we will pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. You give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, what can we do to prevent interpersonal violence? And here's what you had to say. Lloyd Bartholomew said, domestic violence with weapons should be met with similar treatment. I would advocate bringing back execution for guilty of murder and whipping for serious crimes, together with public work detail for prisoners, shackled them together for public safety. Well, that just sounds like answering violence with more violence, but okay, Lloyd, I gotcha. And Gloria Swanson says, children must be taught how to debate, how to argue a point without personalizing it. Most arguments are settled with a fight and are often encouraged by others, including adults, which is very true. Parents are also blamed for lots, but in this case it's appropriate. Parents usually do not correct their children's behavior by questioning the child and explaining what they did right or wrong. Instead, parents sometimes beat their children without getting to the facts. In such cases, children feel themselves victimized. Thus, as young adults, they will fight for their rights, even at the expense of another's life. Very observant, Gloria, thank you for that. Now, for tonight's question. Cities around the world are now pursuing measures to reform their police departments into ones that better serve the community, and, of course, not beat the crap out of and or shoot unarmed citizens. With that being said, do you believe that the GPF needs to be reformed? If so, then how? Think about that question, because I know it's a lot to talk about, and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we just might feature it in the next episode. That's all the time we have for tonight. Until next time, I'm Noriko Bullford saying, have a good weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha ha! Good night, folks. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.